accustomed to follow the Vedic principles. Just like in Christian religion, those who do not follow the Bible, they are called heathens. Similarly, in Muslim, those who do not follow the Quran, they are called kafirs. Similarly, those who do not follow the Vedic principles, they are called Nastik or Mlechas. Nastik means those who do not believe in the Vedic principles, they are called Nastik, atheists. And those whose behavior is not very clean, they are called Mlechas. So in comparison to Hindu mode of living and others in the world, there is a very great difference. Social sanctity and personal sanctity. So therefore, formally the Mlechas means the Mohammedan. Because they are meat eaters, they do not take bath daily, and there are so many things. So even those persons were delivered by Lord Chaitanya. But the author says that he could not deliver the Mayavadi, the impersonalist sannyasi. That means it was easier for him to deliver the Mlechas, but it was difficult for him to deliver the Mayavadis. In other words, the author is trying to place the position of the Mayavadi sannyasi less than the Mlechas. Less than the Mlechas. So, Sabe Raila Matro Kashir Mayavadi. Mayavadi means materialist. Maya means this matter, and Vadi means those who stick to this principle of material. So there are different kinds of material. Because we should always know that up to the point of intelligence, it is matter. First point is the senses, the gross. The grossest type of materialist is that they are addicted to sense gratification. So this is materialism. And above these, there are mental speculators. They are also materialists because mind is matter. So, the sense gratifiers and the mental speculationists and those who are trying to reach spiritual perfection by bodily exercise. Because body is not at all spirit, it is matter. But by intellectually, by making proper adjustment, to just the only benefit of such exercises is to concentrate the mind. And the mind is very disturbed. So that is also materialism. That means Jnani, Yogi and Karmi. Karmi means those who are working very hard day and night, simply for sense gratification. That's it. They are called Karmi. And Jnani means they are finding out a solution by mental speculation. And Yogi means they are trying to find out the spiritual salvation by bodily exercise. They are all, in strict sense, they are all materialists. There is no question of spiritualism. Spiritualism there, where one understands what is the constitutional position of a spirit and act according to that. Therefore, bhakti, this devotional service is only spiritualism. Because those who are devotees, they know that they are eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and therefore to be engaged in transcendental loving service of the Supreme Lord is spiritualism. So, বৃন্দাবন যাইতে প্রভু রহিলা কাশীতে, মায়াবাদী গণ তারে লাগিলা নিন্দিতে। Mayavadi, the followers of Sankara school, they are generally called Mayavadi. And another Mayavadi are called the Buddhists. In the Kashi, in Benares, there are two kinds of Mayavadis. One kind of Mayavadi is the Buddhists, they have got still Sarnath, Buddhist temple there are. Because Lord Buddha, he started his meditation near Gaya at about 100 miles off from Benares. Then his disciples established monasteries near Kashi because Benares is well-known, sacred place since a very long time, so they also established there. Formerly there was no such animosities between the Hindus and the Buddhists. They were practically on the same platform, but philosophically they are different. Just like the Mayavadis, the followers of Shankarite, they are still Hindus. They are not out of it. Simply Buddhists also were considered as Hindus. But when Buddha religion was completely driven away from India's boundary, then now it is considered another sect. So the Kashi Mayavadi means both the Buddhists and the followers of Shankarites. Sannyasi হইয়া করেন গায়ন নাচন, না করে বেদান্ত শ্রবণ, করে সংকীর্তন। মূর্খ সন্ন্যাসী নিজ ধর্ম নাহি জানে, ভাবুক হইয়া ফেরে ভাবুকের শনে। So when Lord Chaitanya was living at Benares, on his way to Vrindavan, he never made his headquarters anywhere else except Jagannath Puri. He was worshipper of Vrindavan, but he did not make his headquarters at Vrindavan. So, when on his way to Vrindavan, he stopped at Benares and was staying at Chandrasekhar's house and was taking his meals at the house of Tapan Mishra. So, when he was passing, because his only propaganda was Hare Krishna, just we are doing. So, when he was passing on the road, all the people joined. All the people. It has got so attraction. Even non-significant persons like us, when we chant, it attracts people. And what to speak of Lord Chaitanya, he is personally chanting. So, it attracted many people. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu within 3-4 days became very famous man. And everyone began to say, oh, from Bengal, a nice sannyasi, beautiful sannyasi, a young sannyasi has come and he is chanting and dancing and people are very much attached to him. In this way there was some propaganda in the city. But the Mayavadi sannyasis, they could not tolerate. They were, and I'm going to say, backbiting. But they were saying, oh, here is a sannyasi and he is dancing. According to Mayavadi sannyas, this dancing and singing is forbidden. It's forbidden. In Mohammedan religion also, dancing and singing is forbidden. I do not know what is there in the Bible, but I understand in the Bible there is Sankirtan allowed. I have asked our Kirtanananda to write some article, Sankirtanan Bible, because he knows Bible very well than other members. So he shall see very nice how in Bible there is Sankirtan. The Mohammedan Quran, they do not, In some of their section there is Sankirtan, and not within the mosque, but without. Anyway, so similarly, this Mayavadi sannyasi, they also do not like singing and dancing. Of course, now they are stopped being finished. They are also taking now this process of singing and dancing in India. So formerly they used to decry. So sannyasi hoiya karen nachon gan. Oh, here is a sannyasi. He is dancing and singing. Na kare Vedanta Shravan. He does not give his attention for studying Vedanta. Kare Sankirtan, is always engaged in Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Murkha sannyasi. That means he has no knowledge. He has not studied all this Vedanta philosophy, and is a nonsense of what he can do. Or sometimes we are considered as nonsense because we have no other stock except chanting. And actually we have no stock except chanting. But why do you talk of philosophy? Because the fools want to talk of philosophy. Otherwise there is no need of talking philosophy. Simply by chanting, everything is complete. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing this example, and other Mayavadi sannyasi criticizing him. Oh, here is a foolish, is a illiterate sannyasi, because there are many illiterate sannyasi also in India. Illiterate sannyasi, he does not know how to execute. Oh, I forgot. How to execute the sannyas life. Therefore he is chanting and dancing. This sort of criticism was going on. Bhavu khaiya tere bhavu ke sane. And there are other sentimentalists who are also equally foolish and ignorant. So therefore they are following this sannyasi. Esab suniya Prabhu hase mone mone. When Lord Chaitanya was being criticized in that way, he was smiling. He was smiling, what can he do? So, Esab Suniya Prabhu Hasi Mane Upekha Kuriya Karo Rakhoile Sambhashana. He was very grave. Oh, let them criticize. Let me do my duty. That's all. Upekha Kuriya Koila Mathura Gaman, Mathura Dekhiya Puna Koila Gaman. So, because he was busy at that time for visiting Vrindavan, so he did not take care of this, and he went, left Kashi or Banaras after 3-4 days, and although he was criticized, but he did not challenge, he went to Vrindavan. Kashite lekhak sudra Sri Chandra Shekhar tar ghare rohila Prabhu Satantra Isha. Now, at Benares he stayed and in the house of Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar was not a Brahmin. And a sannyasi is not supposed to stay any place except in the house of a Brahmin or in a temple. Otherwise, he is considered lower. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not care for all these formalities. He used to stay with Chandrasekhar, although he was not a Brahmin, a Shudra, a liberal class, or a little more than that. So, why? Because he is completely independent. Because he is Krishna. Krishna is taking the shape of a hog. Kesavadhita Shulkara Rupa. Hog is considered to be the lowest animal because it eats a stool. Just like in human society, those who are dog eaters, they are considered the lowest of the human society. Similarly, amongst the animals, the hog is considered to be the lowest of the animals because it eats too. But Krishna took the appearance of a hog. That does not mean that Krishna has become a hog. He is fully independent. And what sort of hog? That hog was covering practically half of the universe. It was so big. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is very nice explanation of the incarnation of hog. And they were being prayed. The incarnation of hog was being prayed from higher planets. The higher planets, 3 higher planets, they are resided by most pious men. They are called Janaloka, Tapaloka and Sattaloka. These 3 higher planets, they are considered to be the most pious place within this material world. So they were praying, and when the incarnation of hog was sprinkling water by, shaking his body, and the sprinkle of the water was dropping in those 3 lokas, planets, and they are thinking themselves that we are becoming purified. Although they are considered to be the most pious and purified residents of this material world, still they prayed that we are becoming purified. So Krishna or his devotee, they are independent. They are not under the rules and regulations of this material world. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed this example that he was staying at a place which is considered abominable by other sannyasis. Kashite Lekhak Shudra Chandrasekhar. Lekhak Shudra means he was a clerk. Clerk. The clerical post was offered to the Shudras, to the laborer class. There was a strike in Calcutta of the clerks, Jardine and Skinner, an European firm. There had many jute mills. The clerks made a strike. So when their chief man made the manager, so and asked that whether you want to compromise with us. The manager said, no, I don't wish to compromise with you. I don't care for you because you are educated laborer. He gave the title to the class, educated laborer. So actually in Hindu society, the clerks were called educated laborer. So here it is Lekhak Shudra. Lekhak Shudra means clerk, but he is Shudra. Lekhak Shudra, Sri Chandrasekhar, Tar Ghare Mila. But spiritually there is no such distinction. We should always remember that materially there may be higher lower class. There is always in every society, in every country. But spiritually there is no such consideration. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's propaganda. He made Haridas Thakur, he was Mahavira, as the spiritual master for Sankirtan, Navacharya. And he picked up Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami, who were rejected by the Hindu society, and he made them Goswamis. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's peculiarity. And here also we see that a Shudra, a laborer class, a clerk, who is considered to be lower in the society, he was staying at his house. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Rai, he was also a Shudra, and he was a householder and a politician, governor. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took instruction from him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the preference of being a teacher. He was hesitating. Ramananda Rai was hesitating. Sir, you are sannyasi in the highest stage of asrama, and you, in your previous life, you belong to the Brahmin sect, so you belong to the highest class, and I am a Shudra, I am a householder, and I am a politician, so how lower I am in comparison to you, and you are taking instruction from me, so I am feeling hesitation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you don't feel hesitation. He enunciated, Kiva Shudra, Kiva Vipra Nashikane not, Jai Krishna Tattvavettar Sai Guru. Never mind. A man, whatever he is, he may be a liberal class, he may be a Brahmin, or he may be a sannyasi, or he may be a householder, it doesn't matter. Anyone who knows the science of Krishna, he is spiritual. Anyone. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ability. Especially for the Hindu society, they have got so much caste distinction, lower and higher and this and that way. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu broke all these barriers. His simple process was, anyone who is Krishna conscious, he is welcome. He is the highest personality in the world. That was his purpose. So he did not care. So what people will say that I am staying at a Sudra's place. Tapan Mr. Dhare Bhikha Nirbahan Sannyasi Sange Nahi. So he was staying with a Shudra and he was taking his meal, and another Brahmin, he was not also sannyasi, but he was a Brahmin. So in this way he was staying at Banaras. Sanatan Gosai Asi Tahai Milila Tarshik Kailaji Prabhu Duma Sulahila. So this incident is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first of all, he visited Banaras and went to Vrindavan. Then while coming back, he stayed at Allahabad, Prayag, for 10 days for instructing Rupa Goswami. That we have already discussed. Now again, he has come back to Benares. So he was staying at Chandrasekhar's house, and he was taking his meals at Tapan Mistra's house. In the meantime, Sanatana Goswami came to see him. Sanatana Goswami, after retirement, he had many troubles. He was arrested by the Nawab because Nawab thought him that he was very important, and he was now by sentiment he is going to Chaitanya, so he thought it wise to arrest him. And Sanatana Goswami had some money, so he bribed the superintendent of jail and he let him go away. So with great difficulty and he reached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Banaras, and for 2 months he was instructed all the principles of devotional service and the different incarnations. We have some part of the Sanatana instruction we have discussed. Again we shall discuss. So this Sanatana Goswami met at Banaras while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is returning back from Vrindavan. We shall discuss this point tomorrow. Thank you.